Welcome to the WMAR Vault. I'm Jamie Costello. Here at WMAR, we're celebrating 75 years on the air. We were the first TV station in Maryland, and now we're setting our sights on the future and streaming. So we're going to be mixing up the old and the new, opening up the WMAR Vault and dusting off 16 million feet of archive footage. That's enough to get us from Baltimore to Los Angeles and still have nearly 400 miles left over. We hope you enjoy this episode of the WMAR Vault.
This is more. Just give me the page.
Two types of shoppers in stores today, those that didn't like what they received for Christmas and those that want to get the best selection of the after Christmas sales. At Hex, most registers were open this morning for refunds. Lines were long in all departments. One salesperson told me the men's department had $8,000 worth of returns in just the morning hours.
Everybody's in a good humor, and I waited a half hour, but that's okay. I had my problem taken care of, and I hope they have a pleasant new year, all of them. They're very nice people.
The day before Christmas, Towson Town Mall was packed with last-minute shoppers. Today, it looks the same. The difference is Santa Claus has gone home, and the sale signs say winter clearance. Yes, in almost every store there's a sale, from shoe sales to sweater sales, clean sweep sales to gift wrap sales. From 25% off sales to 50% off sales, they were everywhere. Some stores even delayed their sales.
I think our company was nice, and they didn't want us to come in on Christmas Day and mark down all the clothes, so they let us come in early this morning.
They let you come in early?
They let us come in early this morning and not come in on Christmas Day.
Would you have preferred to not come in early this morning?
I think this is the best way to do it.
Expecting big crowds?
Yes, did a lot of advertising.
Reminiscing about the day after Thanksgiving, affectionately known as Black Friday, a day when zillions wander about searching for that perfect Christmas gift for that special loved one. And this is the day after Christmas, and this is the day that we wake up and we search for those receipts because we have to take back what didn't fit or what is broken or what didn't work in the first place. This is refund day, and it's also the day that we prepare for Christmas 1988. And the crowds who took yesterday off for the holiday were back in force this Saturday. Stores opened at 8 this morning, preparing for the rush of returns.
People think I'm different sizes than I really am. My sister thinks I'm a small. My husband thinks I'm an extra large. So I'm complimented by one and insulted by the other.
It's the wrong size.
What are you going to do with it? Are you going to get the money, or are you going to cash it in on another deal?
Well, no, what happened, she got the right size sweater now, but it was something that my wife bought for my daughter, and she bought it on sale. Now I don't think it's on sale, so now she got to go through the procedure of getting the money, getting it for the right money.
From high above mall side, a look at how shoppers scurried about from store to store, not to return items, but to buy ones for next year. And they did find savings, from Christmas items to wrapping paper. You're not returning anything today?
No, just out spending some more money.
And then there's the ultimate picture, the one that underlines how the season went, from shopping to playing with grandkids to yesterday's big dinner. Perhaps the best gift of all, the one that's non-returnable, a good, sound sleep. From White Marsh, Jamie Costello, Channel 2 News.
During Mall Madness, what's your bag?
Returning and buying.
Buying. A little bit of both today.
This year, with all the sales, more and more post-Christmas shoppers are buying, and they are doing what's traditional on this day, returning.
Can I just exchange it for some things, or can I get a grocery check?
Here's your card back, ma'am.
But who is doing more of what? Returning or buying?
Returning. No, buying.
Buying or returning today?
I'm returning.
I'm doing buying. Everything on sale. Only sale items, nothing that's not on sale.
And of course, you have to spend your Christmas money.
My grandparents gave me some money, and I said that I was gonna get what I wanted with the money they gave me.
The lines, well, they don't seem that bad, and there are plenty of sale items to compare and even sit in. The guy with the wrapping paper, he is definitely buying. In fact, Christmas items marked way down are going fast.
After Christmas sales. Beautiful.
A buyer. Are you buying or returning today?
Returning.
They learn young, don't they?
Today I'm doing a little bit more returning.
Our son gave us this certificate, gift certificate for Christmas. It's $40. So that's why we're buying something new.
So you're definitely buying.
Yes, definitely buying.
Buying, returning, going up, going down. This shopping day certainly does make business go round. In Towson, Mary Beth Marsden, Channel 2 News.
Kwanzaa is the only nationally celebrated non-heroic African American holiday in the United States. Kwanzaa is basically created as an alternative to Christmas. Many people have associated with Christmas, but it is in no way connected with it. Kwanzaa is presently practiced and celebrated by 15 million people throughout the United States and other parts of the world. We have some continental Africans who are now celebrating Kwanzaa.
At the UB Blake Cultural Center, they celebrated the first day of Kwanzaa.
It's a 7-day feast based on the Feast of the Harvest, when the fruits are harvested in Africa. Here in America, we celebrate for 7 days the fruits of our labor for an entire year. Each evening we gather together at sundown, light candles, get all of our family together, and celebrate the principle of the day.
The candles represent the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. They are unity, self-determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith. Today they lit the candle for unity.
No, it's not a substitute. Some people get a little concerned and they think that if they celebrate Kwanzaa, they can no longer celebrate Christmas or they have to do something different. But actually, it's up to your family how you want to create the tradition in your household.
If each of us apply the 7 principles of Kwanzaa in our lives each and every day of the year, we will find that we will first strengthen ourselves. That passes on to family. Family is the foundation of community, and ultimately that will be passed into our community.
The principles of Kwanzaa should be applied throughout the year. The holiday ends New Year's Day, the day we should plan for the year ahead.
That is the day you'd like to create your goals for the upcoming year and do what you can to make those goals come true by planning a year and beginning it with faith and belief that the Father will get you through.
Sam Ringgold, Channel 2 News.
As 1980 ticks into 1981 at 12 tonight, Baltimore will experience its first fireworks sing-along, an Auld Lang sound and light show with shells bursting in time to the music.
Right now here on Pier 6, explosive experts are still busy getting ready for Baltimore's own pyrotechnical extravaganza, a really big fireworks display that will last 20 minutes and cost a cool $1,000 per 60 seconds.
After asking if anyone had a match, I learned that the businessmen of Baltimore are donating this $20,000 Sky Symphony to the city, and the man who's putting it all together will tell you it's a bargain.
It's one of the best entertainment bargains that you can find. It costs much more to produce a minute of television than it does to produce a minute of fireworks, and almost as many people can watch it.
Bassman calls himself a pyrotechnic choreographer, and he's one of the best in the business. He mixes music and explosives to create a new art form. Timing is essential.
We use a system of stopwatches. We decide how long it takes for them from the time they leave the tube till the time they display in the sky, and how long the display is, and what the colors are, and what the effect is. And in this time of kind of depersonalization and insular living, fireworks give us a chance to get together and to mark an occasion.
So the champagne will flow along the inner harbor tonight, and a crowd of 75,000 is expected to turn out for Harbor Place's first New Year. Only one thing can go wrong.
What if it snows?
Well, it's not going to snow, but just in case, there will be a cancellation in a blizzard only. If it's a light snow, it won't affect the fireworks, and we're going on with them.
If the worst happens, the party still goes on here at 10, but the fireworks will be postponed until tomorrow. I'm Fran Fanchel on the scene in Baltimore.
I get no kick from champagne.
It's especially hard to get a kick out of champagne when you're paying through the nose to drink it. But American wineries have learned from their French cousins, and although the final product should be called sparkling wine instead of champagne, the festive qualities have been duplicated, and local sales indicate that's good enough for many of us.
Instead of a person buying one $30 bottle of champagne, he may buy three $10 bottles. So the sales are still there, but people are trading off to less expensive items like French sparkling wine and Spanish sparkling wines. I've seen that.
Is it an old wives' tale that the cheaper the champagne, the worse the hangover?
Wouldn't say it's anything different in the way it's made. There are different ways to make champagne, in the bulk method or the real champagne method. But I don't think that has anything to do with the hangover. I think it's just to do with how much people drink, really.
Whether you end up with domestic or imported, you'll be glad to hear that prices haven't increased since last New Year's. By the way, champagne is one item when buying in bulk doesn't pay. Because of the special heavy glass, it's actually more expensive. And the bubbles disappear in less than an hour, so it can be terribly wasteful. Now for a crash course from our friendly wine merchant.
Most people think extra dry is the dry champagne, when actually it's the least dry. It goes extra dry, brut, and then naturel. And the extra dry has a higher degree of residual sugar, which makes it a little sweeter.
Whatever your choice, make sure it's sufficiently chilled, opened on its side away from human targets, and ideally served in a fluted glass.
I'll try to make one and stick to it.
What is that? Do you have any idea yet?
To be successful.
Did it work last year?
Well, I'm partly there.
Have a nice car here. That looks pretty good.
Well, really, it doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the bank.
Just to improve my whole lifestyle, change the perspective, and really make it a good year, as fulfilling as possible.
Did you do that last year? Did you make a resolution last year?
Yeah, last year it was the same thing.
Yes, I'd probably make several.
What? How many?
Well, I would say they'll all revolve around the point of getting the U.S. economy back on its feet again and getting some stability in very dangerous sectors of the world right now.
You're going to be able to do all that for us?
Not by myself, but I and other people are working on it.
Good luck.
Okay, thank you very much.
And Happy New Year.
You too.
I intend on to stay sober.
You're going to stay sober?
1981, in 1882.
Have you made this resolution before?
7 weeks ago, before New Year's coming.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy and prosperity. See you later.
I'm going to make several.
What are they?
Well, one is I'm going to work a little harder at being more kind and nicer to people.
And
peace.
That sounds like enough. Boy, if you do that, you don't have to worry about any of the others.
You're right. I'll have a whole lot of helpers, I hope. Start with you, Channel 2.
Okay,
first.
okay.
Okay, shake.
Happy New Year.
Same to you.
And do you have a New Year's resolution?
I'm going to try and keep things in focus, Susan.
That would be nice for a change. I'm Susan White Bowden on the scene. Happy New Year.
Celebrations like this one last year are on the horizon for Baltimore's New Year's Eve celebrations tomorrow night. The city and several sponsors have planned an action-packed night for only $4 per person. It's called New Year's Eve International, and what it consists of is 4 indoor parties. At the Sun Life building, there'll be a French party, and a Greek, an Italian, and a German party will be in the convention center. Each is complete with desserts, non-alcoholic beverages, bands and dancers, but the fun doesn't stop there.
At 11:30, there's going to be a parade over the skywalks of Baltimore to the Inner Harbor so that people can stay at the parties till 11:30, walk over the skywalks, and at midnight, they'll be there before midnight, they can see the fireworks at the Inner Harbor.
Tomorrow night, this barge will be right off Pier 6. The 1,500 fireworks will be set off from here when 1983 arrives. In addition, there will be a free sing-along with kazoos and hats in the Inner Harbor, welcoming in the new year. Kathy Bond, News Scene 2, downtown.
You can't help but smile at a hug that keeps on hugging as Baltimore's USNS Comfort returns from war. It was a year every Maryland town bursted with patriotism, and a year we made soldiers arriving at BWI Airport feel loved.
I want to say thank you. I'm really proud to be an American.
Although the American dream seems unattainable for the hungry and the homeless, one woman renewed the faith for many. This was a year B. Gaddy, Crusader for the Poor, fed 17,000 Baltimoreans on Thanksgiving.
This means a whole lot to me, because without B. Gaddy, I wouldn't have anything to eat today.
We looked into the faces of Romanian orphans this year, only now they have new homes with the Pattersons in Crofton and the Kavoris family in Baltimore County.
One shot in a million for us to find these two children.
Jim feels that these two
were meant for us.
Were meant for us.
There was a lot to smile about in '91. We certainly had a jolly good time seeing royalty in the dugout. Queen Elizabeth helped make this a season to remember, while the goof on the roof was wondering about the future. He stayed up there until the new stadium was named.
They have to come to a solution sometimes. What's the big deal? Name the park.
He lived rooftop for about a month. Maryland's first nude Olympics caught our attention this year. We smiled, unless we lived in the host town of Darlington.
They should be tar and feathered. I mean, they're grown people, and they shouldn't be running around without any clothes on.
It's pretty cool, I think.
It was a year for Trash Marvel, that waist-fighting masked man at the stadium in Hagerstown.
They're yelling, "Hey, Trash Marvel," and they're handing him trash. You know, it's unbelievable, but it's kind of neat.
A hero of sorts.
And don't forget, it's the American way.
A hero for real. Gary Fisher saved 2 men from an oncoming train after this year's crash in Chase.
I was trying to get him up off the tracks, and I was flashing a flashlight at this train, what I thought was a train coming this way. And
if that train would not have stopped.
Oh, that's what this guy would have been dead.
Heroes also came in groups. These Eastern Votech students carried and installed this ramp for young Carl Johnson. We watched rescue workers pull David Cates out of a collapsed ditch.
The first thing I saw was I was looking straight ahead, and I saw the house across the street, and all these people hanging out the windows. And actually, as I looked around, they were everywhere. Everybody's, you chanting my name, and it felt good.
It felt good when little Quante Johnson pulled through and survived a gunshot wound, one of many children caught in the crossfire this year.
A bunch of people are waving.
And in Manchester, Jenny Zile went back to school after bravely fighting leukemia for 6 months in the hospital. Pedro Lugo, nearly beaten to death, taught us about forgiveness, not feeling revenge for his attackers, only thankfulness for his supporters.
I'm very happy because the children and the people care about me.
This has never happened to me before. What a rush. Quite a thrill.
The crew members of the Pride of Baltimore 2 deserve this kind of reception after 20 months away from home. Home. No matter what the problems of 1991, we visited some extraordinary homes this year, like Norma Claypool's. She is blind, and each of her 12 adopted children have special needs. Norma is a wonder. And so is Dorothy Blake. This mother of 15 beat cancer and went on to graduate at Morgan State.
You're not aware that you have the ability, but we do. Each individual have the potential.
Words to live by in 1992.
The year started with a sensational story. Ravens star Ray Lewis arrested and charged with murder following a Super Bowl fight outside an Atlanta nightclub. Charges were later dropped during a plea bargain requiring Lewis to serve 12 months probation. In March of this year, a violent standoff captures all of Baltimore's attention. Joe Palzinski terrorizes his ex-girlfriend's family while holding an entire Dundalk neighborhood hostage. The standoff ends with Palzinski being shot by police moments after the family of Tracy Whitehead escape. In April, Mayor Martin O'Malley makes a bold move, replacing a local police chief with Ed Norris from New York City. Norris pledges to help the mayor close the year with less than 300 murders for the first time in years. It appears they will accomplish this. In September, Baltimore athletes shine at the Summer Olympics in Sydney. The youthful Michael Phelps stuns us with his swift moves in the swimming pool as James Carter breaks amazing strides on the track. And then in October, an international tragedy hits home hard, with 3 local sailors killed in a terrorist bombing of the USS Cole.
Hey, it's Jamie Costello. If you just enjoyed this episode of The Vault, you can check out more episodes by clicking on this box down here. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit that circle, and that'll subscribe you to WMAR 2 News for great content every single day.